Hello Internet, I'm Scarecrow85 and this is Sonic the Hedgehog after the sequel. Let's do this. Did I just see Super Sonic revert back to Sonic in the background there? I think I did. Right, let's go straight into level select. I've already bust this game somewhat wide open. Not really. There's a stage that I haven't got to yet, but let's start at the beginning. I think this is the beginning. Right. There we go. So, the controls are simple enough. So this is an original Sonic game. Whoops. By which I mean it's a brand new game, basically. It's not built on an engine that already exists, or at least it's not built on one of the original Sonic engines. This isn't a mod of an existing Sonic game. This isn't running on, you know, any kind of emulator. It's running on its own engine, which is very cool. I like that. I like original Sonic games because I mean, a little bit more work's gone into them. Don't get me wrong, I've got absolute respect for mods and so on, and tons of work goes into them, but someone actually wrote this engine, as far as I understand it, and that's pretty cool. Like, I appreciate that. You can tell, however, that it's not quite right. Like, it's so close, but there's just a little bit of floatiness to Sonic's movements, and his acceleration is a bit peculiar. He starts off slow, and then there's a really noticeable increase in speed very suddenly. So I believe that this is set directly after the events of Sonic 2, rather than... Hang on, am I stuck? Oh no. I thought that pillar was like a barrier. I was caged in by my mind! Yeah, so this is Sonic after the sequel, by which it means after the second game. So yeah, this is supposed to bridge the gap between Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And I think that makes an interesting change from the... like, I've seen a lot of games that are pitched after Sonic 3, sort of, you know, the theoretical Sonic 4, but I've never seen anything like this one. I don't think, anyway. I don't recall there being one where they pitched it between Sonic 2 and 3, which is a good spot, really, to go for. There's no need for it, but it's an interesting idea. I like the Sonic CD referencing sound effects and music as well. It's very cool. Okay, so we've been down to ground level by the look of it. We've got a bit of a sort of hilltop zone aesthetic going on here. I don't know, something like that. I like that these environments are so lush and detailed. It really feels like... Well, each Sonic game got more detailed and more complex as they went along. So you had, obviously, Sonic 2 was a bit more detailed and more streamlined. It was a bit more stylized than Sonic 1 was. And then Sonic 3 took it to a whole new level. The backgrounds were really deep and complex. The levels sort of varied and changed as they went along. There was so much effort put into it, and it shone through as you played the game. And I feel like they've really kind of managed that with the graphics in this game. Like, so much effort and time has been put into this, and it just looks amazing. This could be a real Sonic game. I mean, it really feels like it. There's something about it that just gives it away as not being official. I don't know exactly what it is. There's something about it, but it's got everything you'd want from a Sonic game. I like that the sprite for Sonic is a little different. It's really nice. It feels like a natural fit for the character. Nicely animated. The music's good as well. Really, really good actually. Bopping my foot to this here tune. Apologies if the frame rate's taken a dive, by the way. I've noticed it on my screen. It's not. That's not an emulation thing or a recorder thing. It appears to be something going on with the game itself. Oh, hang on, this isn't good. I think I missed a power-up earlier on that resembled a spike, which I think allows you to walk on spikes. I should have collected it, but I didn't. It's So these levels are massive as well, like they're really big. Oh, it started raining. Okay, we got weather effects. And we've got platforms that only appear in lightning flashes. That is a very cool gimmick. That's something else as well. Gimmicks, you know, Sonic games do tend to feature gimmicks. They level effects and new things cropping up from stage to stage. It's got it all. Like, this game just has it all. Oh, I think I've gone in a circle here. Yeah, I have. Ugh. It's interesting actually that the level design in this, I mean, as you can see, I can't go too quickly because I won't see the platforms. And I keep running into solid objects, which are these platforms, but they're invisible. I can't see them until they flash, so sometimes I'll just run into something, and it will be an invisible platform. Now, isn't that interesting? Because I seem to recall Sega felt like they were obliged to try and increase the speed of Sonic games with each iteration, particularly the 3D ones. They were constantly saying, oh, we're taking it back to what makes Sonic great, we're going for, you know, pure speed. And, you know, that's part of the philosophy behind introducing the boost mechanics. They felt that that's what fans wanted, and I guess we did, to an extent, but the original Sonic games weren't really that fast. They were free-flowing and smooth and fun to play, and they were faster than their competitors, one in particular, you know what I'm talking about, but they, you know, they weren't that fast, and they were still platformers. They still had good platforming in them, good controls and so on, and traversing the levels was interesting because of it. And you can't do that when you're moving super duper quick, so I feel like that's part of why Sonic kind of lost his way, because, you know, Sega lost sight of the fact that Sonic can actually go slow. Like, it's okay to slow him down a bit and explore a level. That's fine. And I think this game has captured that somewhat. You know, that we're not herring along it. Oh. Excuse me. You may have noticed from my voice I'm not in the best of health at the moment, so apologies for my gravelly, groany voice. But yeah, you know, this game is kind of more like the Sonic I remember, which is good. I like that. And again, that's something that our beloved Sonic Mania has gotten right as well. It's got the right balance. Also, this bubble power-up that I have, I really like it because it bounces me upwards. I was never that keen on the bubble shield special ability in... Oh, that's weird. Shouldn't I have lost the shield? That's unusual. Not is that right? I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch. Normally you lose the shield before you lose your rings when you get hit in a Sonic game, but I'm just gonna go with it because why not? So we're getting the water level out of the way early, although I can't remember. I've played through most of the stages in this. I can't remember if there are any other water stages, but we'll see. I'm going to play through this first sort of set of stages and do the boss and whatever, and then I'm going to start skipping through stages just to give you an idea of what this game has to offer. I won't give away everything because, again, this is one that you should download and have a look for yourself. And there are some really cool little secrets and hidden things. Right, here we go. We have a boss, and bugger me if it isn't a Metal Tails. How cool is that? So, So this is one of those Sonic Advance style always running bosses, which is fine. So Eggman is powering up Metal Tails constantly. Protecting him. Whoa! Okay, hang on. It just changed Tails. Dude! Right, can I... Come here. Got him. Right, I think we're supposed to just give Metal Tails a hard time now. This is not Puppet Tails, although he does have the little gem on his head, so I guess this is a natural progression. Really good idea, actually, guys. I like that. This is pretty cool for a first boss as well. It's not too difficult. Yeah, nice. I like that. Doesn't feel like it's over, though. Sugar Splash Zone. Okay, well there's no screen transition there. Oh wait, no there is. I think there are. I switched off cutscenes when I started this because they crashed my computer for some reason. I honestly don't know why, but they have a detrimental effect on my processor. I don't know. So apologies for that. I think there are screen transitions, we just didn't see it. So I can't show the game off to its full in that regard. But again, honestly, if you're a fan of this stuff and you like to see it, download it, give it a go. I mean, this is super fun. Also, actually, thinking about it, if you'd like to see this game played in full, if you want to see me do a playthrough of it or something, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can do that for you, if you'd like to see it. Although, likelihood is I still won't be able to provide you with cutscenes. We've got mini springs there causing us to bounce all over the place. An interesting feature of this zone is called Sugar Splash Zone. These little piles of sugar. Watch Sonic's pupils as I touch this one. You notice they've kind of gotten a little smaller. When he crashes through the sugar, it's almost as if he eats it. Because he becomes hyperactive and Sonic's speed increases massively, or rather his acceleration does. Hey! Yeah, this shield doesn't seem to be coming off, which is fine, I guess. Let's see if I can land on that red spring. Blam! There we go. Oh, hang on, no! Ah! Blast! There we go, right. Oh, no, I'm gonna get up here. Ow. Some sort of anteater type enemy. I like that they're brand new enemies! So good! Oh, ow! Oh, this reminds me of They Bleed Pixels. Nowhere near as hard as that game, mind you. Whoop, there you go, you can kind of see the increase in speed, it's a bit crazy. By the way, hang on a minute, game devs. Like, most people don't like underwater sections in Sonic games. Most people don't like the water level at all. I'm an exception to that rule. I love underwater stages in Sonic, but knowing that they're not really much of a favourite among fans, why would you have... There was water in the previous stage, there's water in this one. Like, I would have thought that if you were a fan making a game for other fans, you would probably minimise the number of water stages. Holy smokes, that took a long time. Anyway, I wonder if I can do this super peel out. Oh, I can! It did nothing! Did I do that wrong? Maybe it doesn't work underwater. Okay, we need to get out of here, guys. Like, right now. Oh. Error. Oh. We're screwed. Oh, hang on. Yes! Ha! Hoo! Ha! How do we get out of here? I don't see a way. Nope. Ah, there it is. There's a spring right there. Boosh. I'll tell you what, we've seen enough of this stage. Let's jump forward to a different stage. I've chosen this stage because it's cool. This is Moon Mansion Zone. And I'm a big fan of like Hang Castle and those creepy stages from some Sonic games. Don't get enough ghost houses in the Sonic games. Ooh. Wow. This music though. Oh, so good. So the controls for this game, it's obviously I'm playing this on PC, and the default control setup, which I can't seem to find a way to change. In its present state, I'm playing this on the keyboard, so the arrow keys are dictating my forward and backwards movement. You right-handed people will be doing that with your right hand. As a lefty, I've got my arms crossed over, so my left hand is on the arrow keys, and my right hand is on the left-hand side of me operating the Z key. The Z key is the jump key. And enter is the start button, so that pauses the game. Wow, look at this. I'm not really sure where I'm going, I'm just kind of winging this. I mean, that's how we play Sonic games anyway, isn't it? And what's great about this game... Sorry, I had to concentrate there. What's great about this game is that... Oh! Bouncy ghosts. Ooh. Ow. Sorry, I'll get there in a minute. What's great about this game is that each of its stages is so complex and layered, like not just in level design terms, but in level aesthetic terms. So this stage you're seeing now, we are currently on the outside of the castle, mansion, building place thing. I can't actually remember, but I'm pretty sure in a minute we're going to go inside it. I mean, Act 2 generally looks different to Act 1 and so on and so forth. Again, it just blows my mind how much time and effort must have gone into this to create all these graphics and put all this into this game. Yeah, it does look different. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we've gone inside. That's what I expected. Oh. Oh, I love it. Look at these faces in the background. I like that we've got a form of darkness, like in Sandopolis Pyramid, but it's not the same. We can still see. It's just a kind of, I don't know, like a mist, and then it clears when we go back outside. Ooh, invincibility. I turned the music down, obviously, because I don't really want to be shouting over it, but it's really, really good. I don't know how well you can hear it on the recording. I did a test earlier, and I think you can hear it relatively well. But, again, really good soundtrack, so... Oh, hang on. Nope, that was no good. Quite good level design, actually. It would take sort of learning and remembering things like that to move forward. Actually, this background, those pillars I just saw, I feel like it's they've borrowed some graphics like that. That could be a recolored Hydro City background. So this is the last of the stages that I will be showing you in this particular video. This is Xi'an. This is Xi'an City Zone, I think it's called. And it's super duper cool. I like city zones in Sonic games. They've always been there right since the beginning, but they kind of looked a bit more like actual cities as the series went on. I quite like this one because it reminds me of the Metropolis City type thing that was in Sonic... bum. Did I just say Sonic bum? Oh boy, that's not a thing. But right, anyway, leaving that in. So yeah, this reminds me of Sonic Heroes, the city in Sonic Heroes. What was that called? It was Grand Metropolis Zone, something like that. Anyway, it kind of reminds me of that. I like that you can see all the flying cars in the background and the city heights and so on and so forth. Sonic's world kind of fascinates me because it's a weird combination of very sort of earthy, natural environments and then super duper advanced ultra cities. In these old 2D style games, including this one, which is not old, with its parallax scrolling backgrounds, you kind of get an impression of what lies beyond. You know, you can look out across that skyline and imagine where it goes and what's at the city limits. It looks like you can see the sea at the far end, but who knows? Could be anything out there. What? Is that the one that killed me earlier? Like, I keep just running into those. No, it's not actually. I think I got around that one. It's the next one. Anyway, I don't know why I didn't just skip this bit out, because you've just watched the same bit of the city again. Oh well, never mind. It's beautiful to look at, and it's super duper cool to play through, so... The screen resolution does not go higher than this, by the way. That's why you're watching it all squished up, but that's fine. This is emulating older Sonic games. It fits quite nicely. I like the idea that you could hop in a time machine, assuming you had one, and go back to like the 90s or whatever. I could go back to myself in the 90s when I was a kid playing Sonic 1 and 2 and whatever, and be like, hey, me in the past, I've totally got a future Sonic game here. This is the one that comes after Sonic 2. And, you know, with a game like this, past me would believe me, if that makes sense. You know, I would look at this and I'd be totally convinced this is a real Sonic game. Why not? I know that's kind of a dumb thing to say, but I feel that way about, like, Sonic Mania. I think if I were to go back in time and hand this to a guy in the 90s, he would totally believe that Sonic Mania was a real, you know, was the next Sonic game that came out chronologically next. Hang on. Oh. So there's a mini-boss here that's just taken me to school slightly, which is annoying. It's because I tried to take it on too quickly. By the way, is that an off-kilter top hat he's wearing? Because if so, that is very cool. I approve. Oh no, no. Ooh. Okay, he's giving me a bit of a hard time there. Strange flying top hat wearing motorbug man. I like that you can see in the background there, it looks like the Egg Fleet. Very cool. Good job, everyone. Also, fighting a giant motorbug type thing reminds me of Sonic Chaos. And on that note, I'm going to say that's it for this particular playthrough. Thanks for watching. This was Sonic After the Sequel, and if you thought it looked good, and you should do because it is good, check it out. Give it a download. Play it. There might even be a newer version than this. I'm not actually sure. I should probably look that up. But my A Bit Of series, when I play these games, it's pretty much what it is. It's just a bit of the game. Like, it's not a full playthrough. This isn't a Let's Play. So I'm just demonstrating the game and giving you an idea of what to expect from it. And there are loads more levels. Each and every act in each level is different, as you can see, because this one introduced a new power-up. And it just gets better and better as you go along. So if you really want to know what this game is hiding and all the excellent little extras and things, you've got to play it for yourself. You've got to find out. Unless, of course, you want me to do it. Chuck that in the comments and by all means, I'll give it a go. I'll play through it for you. I would recommend it. There is a cameo from a particular character, which I've actually already shown off in one of my other videos on this channel, so feel free to sniff that out. Let me know if you found it. And yeah, Sonic After the Sequel, a very worthwhile little fan project. Or big fan project, but look at it. Ooh. And again, thanks for watching me play it. I appreciate that. I appreciate you being on my channel. Chuck me a like and a subscribe and all that good stuff. And I wonder what's through that special stage ring. Maybe we'll find out in another video. That's it for this one. See ya!